you catch the game, you go to sleep, you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you crack that beer, you put your feet up, you go to sleep. You see what I'm saying? That cycle of life is killing a lot of us as men because we can't find who we are in the cycle. But that's the whole point of a system. A system has been set up since the day of the Garden of Eden to break men, to keep him in a vicious cycle of failure, not seeing himself fully for who he is. The education system is set up for a man not to see who he is. The government is set up for men not to see who they are, right? The greatest thing you can do for yourself is the greatest thing you can do for yourself as a man is slow your pace so you can see yourself, right? As men, we're taught, see the snakes in the grass, see who's shiesty around you, see who's sneaky, watch out for that slick woman. You better get eyes for yourself, bro. Get eyes for yourself. The more eyes you get for yourself, the more you don't have to worry about enemies. Why? Because you've become so self-aware as a man. The greatest gift you can give yourself as a man is the gift of self-awareness. So number one, redefine your identity. To come back after a setback. Redefine your identity. Embrace your vulnerability. Number three, set small goals. Let me see who's in the chat. Let me see who's in the building with me today. All right. Good evening, my dear sister. Good evening. All right. Okay. So number three, set small goals. Right. One thing that will break you as a man is sometimes our goals are so lofty. Now hear me. I got lofty goals. My goals are ridiculously lofty. Sometimes I've set my goal as a man so far that I haven't paid attention to the small wins. So if you don't pay attention to the small wins and you don't celebrate small victories, eventually you'll feel like a constant failure. You hear me? It's very important that you set small goals and small victories, guys, and celebrate them. Celebrate the thing you haven't done, the thing you are trying to do. If you're trying to get in shape, you've been to the gym twice that week, celebrate it. Why? Because if you're only looking at this perfect body you want, or the perfect financial goal you want, or the perfect lifestyle you want, if you are only focused on that as a man and you don't celebrate small victories, you'll feel like a constant failure. You got to celebrate small victories, all right? Number four, build resilience in your life. Take care of your mind. Take care of your mind. Some people say, hey, man, take care of your body. Yeah. You can have a great body. Your body, you can have every muscle everywhere as a man. If you lose this, you're less than a man. Oh, man. I'm not saying don't stay in shape, bro. I'm not saying don't put money in the bank. I'm not saying don't drive the car you want. I'm saying that you can drive a beautiful car with a broken mind. You can live in a beautiful house with a broken mind. You can have a beautiful marriage with a broken mind, with beautiful kids with a broken mind. See, you don't want to be in a place where you have everything around you and then you can't operate within it. Y'all hear me, brothers? You don't want to have a wonderful wife and you can't find the strength to be a wonderful husband, right? You don't want to have wonderful kids, but you struggle to find the nurture in you to be a great father. You hear me? You don't want to do that to yourself. So you got to build resilience. Take care of your mind. You take care of your mind. That's what you got to care for the most. Why? Because from the mind, you can find balance. You can find balance where you're not overexerting yourself. You're keeping energy. You hear me, brothers? I'm trying to give you some tips to overcome because some of you are stuck at your last mistake. You're stuck at your last failure. And this is the thing. When we say last mistake or last failure, sometimes we look at last week or before. Do you know, brothers, that some of us are carrying stuff still from our teenage years? We're still carrying pain from what someone said when we were 21. Somebody called you ugly. Somebody called you broke. You came up poor. Somebody said you stink. There's a lot of things, brothers, that we, again, happen to us as children. And that trauma, see, these words like trauma, self-care, you can't put them in a woman's box, right? That's weak-minded men who make you think that self-care is for a woman. Caring for yourself as a woman. Taking a break is feminine. No, brother. No, it's strength. It's strength to be aware enough to know when you're tired. It's strength. It's a strength to know when you can't take anymore. Because you know what happens, brothers? A lot of our brothers right now are either in the grave. Come on, camera. Focus, baby. Huh? A lot of our brothers are either in the grave or in prison right now because they couldn't control their mind. Come on, camera. All right, let's get some focus here. All right? Right? Because they couldn't find the balance. They couldn't find the balance. I'm telling you, brothers, as a man, you have to in order to recover, you have to value you, not just what you do, but who you are as a man. I was in Rochester, New York, teaching about 100 men a few months ago. And the biggest issue with a lot of brothers is they don't find themselves worthy, right? We find ourselves worthy to work. We find ourselves worthy to take care of our children. The hustle mentality has broken down men. Because I'm going to tell you, the strongest thing about a man is not your back to work. It's your mind to think. Come on, grab that. The strongest part of your masculinity is not your back to work. It is your mind to think. And the enemy of every man is against the mind of a man. No. The enemy don't give a damn whether you got muscles, bro. The enemy don't care whether you got a 6 or 8 pack. You know what the enemy is after? Your mind. He was after the same thing in the book of Genesis against Adam. The enemy he's playing the same game. He broke Adam by making Adam believe that he needed something. Right? The enemy is playing the same tricks on us as men today. The game is, let me constantly make this man feel like he doesn't have something. If you always feel like you're missing something, you're always chasing. And when you're chasing, you're pacing. And when you're pacing, you're going to crash. Y'all hear me? Let me see the chat. Let me check the chat. Man, I was supposed to be on here for 20 minutes. All right, my man. I'm glad you hear me, my brother. Right? So let me go back. I'm dealing with how to rebuild your life as a man. Number 1, redefine your identity. You're not the mistake you made. Number 2, embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's the height of manhood. Number 3, set small goals. If your goals are lofty, you'll always be feeling like you're not succeeding. Set goals, hit those goals, celebrate small victories. Eventually you'll get to the big goal. Number 4, build resilience. All right? Don't just hang in, hold on. Come on, man. Y'all hear me? Don't just hang in there, hold on. Hanging? No, you don't want to hang, right? Tie the knot. Call somebody else to help you. But hanging in there, eventually you'll fall. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Somebody need that, man. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Hold on because you're worthy of that. Hold on because you're worthy of the dreams that's in your heart. Hold on because no matter what your background was, no matter what you came from, whether you were fatherless, whether you grew up with nothing, or whether you grew up with everything, listen, hold on, man. Hold on. Because there's no difference between the poor man and the rich man. Because the rich man without a mind is still broken. You hear what I'm saying? Money will never be your greatest chase as a man. It will always be the stability of your mind, the ability to build, the ability to speak a thing. That's where your strength is, man. Your greatest strength is in your head and in your mouth, right? As a man think, he'll speak and he'll become. As a man thinks in his mind, he'll speak and then he'll become. You hear what I'm saying? So hold on, my brother. Last thing, and I'll get out of here. Reframe your past. Reframe your past. Where you saw it as a failure, the question is, dig through the ashes and see what you learned in there. Because if you see the situation as a failure, you'll see yourself as a failure. No, bro, you're not a failure. You're not a failure. Look through the ashes. What did I learn? What's still left? This is where I want to. This is where I'll leave. What's still left, bro? You want to recover? Find what's still left. You didn't lose everything. You hear me, brother? You didn't lose everything. I know you've been through stuff. You hit hard times. You've been through a divorce. You've been through rough things. You took some losses. You made some bad decisions. But none of that is stopping you from coming back. The only thing that will hinder you from a bounce back is how you feel about you. You hear me? How do you feel about you? It won't matter how other people feel. It won't matter. Don't live in the opinions of people. The opinions of people are fickle and they'll change every day. You can't live under the blanket of the opinions of people because it'll change. How do you feel about you? I was talking about Goliath earlier. Goliath, the giant that David fought, right? And I realized something. It didn't matter how big the giant was. It only matters how you see yourself. How do you see yourself? That's what matters. How do you see you? If you see yourself able to handle it, you'll be able to handle it. Stop focusing on the giant. Stop focusing on the giant problem you got. Your life can't be consumed with the giant problems you got. What you must be consumed with is the giant in you. The giant in you. All right, y'all. Visit my website, christianwinners.com. All right. Visit my website, christianwinners.com. I got 2 brand new ebooks on there, $5. I'm selling those books for $5 on my website right now, christianwinners.com. I got a book called Removing the Shame on there right now. Ebooks, $5. I'm selling them. And go to Amazon right now. Go to Amazon and get my book for men, gentlemen. Go get my book, Home Where Hurt Men Heal. It's on Amazon right now. You can grab that book. Go grab that book. It's for you. All right. All right, my guys, listen to me. You matter. Remember that. You matter. No fear, no shame, no compromise. It's very important that you hold on to that. And like I end every show, I'll end my evening show the same. Yesterday is history, and tomorrow is a mystery. All you got, my man, is right now. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do with it? Hey, bro, I love you. You matter to me. Make sure you matter to you. I'm out.